James grumbled dreadfully. He was taking a freight train to Great Waterton to help with its reconstruction. He wanted to be in his nice warm shed.
It's freezing! Why can't
Edward
you take my train?
I've got my own work to do. This is an important train, James. Great Waterton needs to be finished in time for Sodo Day.
But it's a blizzard out here.
There is, and that's why you need to be careful, James. The signals might be frozen, but if you run into trouble, the trucks know the way.
James rolled his eyes. He had no such intention. He took to his train. Scruffy and Hector were both a part of it.
If you need any advice, James, I'm happy to help.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
But James was right to be skeptical, at least with Scruffy.
Tell your driver to change the points, James. The track below the ridge is much quicker.
And what makes you say that?
Trust me, James. I know this line, and I don't want to be stuck in the cold with you either. Take that shortcut, and soon you'll be far away from me, all cozied up in your nice warm shed.
James was reluctant, but he did want the job to be finished. He asked his driver to change the points, and the train carried on. Just ahead was a rock slide blocking the path. James skidded to a stop.
Grr, you tricked me, Scruffy. Make no mistake, I won't be listening to a truck's advice ever again.
I'm sorry, James. There is a shortcut, but it's further ahead.
But now James was too cross to listen. He reversed back to the main line and continued as planned.
Really, James? The next left turn is a quicker route to Great Waterton.
Forget it, Hector. Trucks can't ever be trusted. I've known this all along. There's enough stories about a lot of you.
What do you mean?
Ha! You're Hector the Horrid. You shouted at engines when they tried to shut you and told them to keep away. And you're no better, Scruffy. You pitted the trucks against the engines until Oliver pulled you apart.
I used to be called Horrid, but I don't act like that anymore.
Once a troublesome truck, always a troublesome truck.
Are you any better, James? You bumped coaches and broke a hole in their brake pipe.
Well,
And you called Toby and Henrietta dirty objects.
But
And you crashed into a field on your first day.
All right, fine. I've made mistakes, but you're just as troublesome as ever, Scruffy.
He may be, but I'm not.
Suddenly, they came to a red flag near a signal box.
It must be too dangerous to pass through.
I think we'd better pull off and wait until morning.
Oh, come on. James, don't you want to get home and rest?
James didn't want to listen to either truck, but he had to make a choice.
Just drop us off at Great Waterton and you'll be asleep in your shed before you hit the back buffers.
James sighed. He had made his decision. He pulled the train into a siding. James's crew took shelter in the signal box, and James's train waited until sunrise to continue the journey. Sure enough, the consist arrived at Great Waterton safely. James didn't say goodbye to the trucks, but he shared a quick look of approval with Hector. James still doesn't trust most trucks, but now he forgives those that deserve it.